And moving on to the West, which I think is way more fun.
Yep.
Here's how the numbers line up. I've got it from 5th to 11th. It's close. Grizzlies 43 and 26. We all know Grizzlies, the Rockets, the Lakers, really close.
Yeah.
6th, we have the Warriors 39 and 29. Need to note they have been 16 and 3 since adding Jimmy. Clippers 38 and 30. They've won 3 in a row. Oh, sorry, I missed the Timberwolves in 7th. They were 40 and 30. 8-1 their last 9 games.
Yeah. I believe it was 13 and 0 with the Randall in their last 13 games that he's played as well. So when they have a fully healthy team,
They did just lose to the Pacers with Randall.
oh, okay.
That's that one.
Okay, well, 13 and 1.
That's still
That's still a very good record.
It's an amazing record. And again, Clippers 38 and 30. They've won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Kings, not that interesting, but they're 34 and 33. Then we have the Mavericks 33 and 36. They've lost 3 in a row. They have no Luka. They have no AD. No Kyrie right now. And we have the Suns with 32 and 37.
Yeah.
They might sneak in. I think they will take Mavericks' spot, but they're not going to make any headways.
Yeah.
So that is how it lines up. First question, though, for you. For the Mavericks, what is their path to make it?
To make it in?
Yeah, what does their path look like?
They need to pray. And they need to pray that Anthony Davis, he just got sent to this league as a part of his rehab. They need to pray that he comes back, plays really well. They need to hope that someone else from their team steps up.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, that's kind of it. If things stay the way they are, they've lost 3 in a row. They're 2 and 8 in their last 10. They're not a good team at the moment. They're not deep.
They've been horrible. Let's be honest. Like, there has been nothing. There's been no energy, and it's hard. Like, I rocked up with 6 guys warming up the other day.
Yeah.
How are you meant to get up and think, yes, we're going to make a push here when that happens? It would have been so disheartening for them having obviously traded away Luka, which was an oh shit moment for him. All the Mavericks players, but then to have AD go down almost straight away. Then Kyrie go down.
I think Kyrie going down is the hardest part, right? Because I think, Luka gets traded, everyone's upset. You get AD back. He has a great first game, but he goes out with that injury.
Yeah.
But you still have Kyrie, and Kyrie was hooping. He was playing so well.
But him doing his ACL is a backbreaker.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, I think the Mavs are slipping out. I would say the Suns are just gonna slide in and take that spot.
Yeah, I don't think.
As you said, though, I don't really see them doing anything with that.
I don't think they're particularly that good. I was watching them the other day against the Lakers, and no LeBron, Jackson Hayes just got back.
Yeah.
No Rui Hachimura. And the Lakers team took care of business, and it looked bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you look bad against a team that, like, Jackson Hayes has his first game back, so you don't expect him to play particularly well. He played really well.
The Suns are...
But that is a bad sign for the Suns.
The Suns are weird. Like, on paper, when you look at their roster, they're a good roster. They're a good team, but it doesn't click. It doesn't match. I think I've seen clips almost every game of KD and Mike Budenholzer going at it.
I think the biggest problem with them right now, though, is you look at them on paper and you're okay. You've got KD, you got Devin Booker, and you got Bradley Beal.
Mm-hmm.
What's all their strengths?
Well, they're all scorers. They're all the same skill set. You don't have defenders. You don't have defenders.
So then the thing becomes, okay, so what happens on defense if those 3 are out there? Then it becomes, again, okay, cool, but we can't just ISO the whole time.
No.
You guys can't all drop 30 a game. You're all very similar in the fact that you all are just scorers. And that is not a good team makeup.
No. Well,
it's a good...
They tried to make Booker more of a playmaker, and they've tried to make Beal more of a playmaker. But when that's naturally not what they do, it's going to take an adjustment.
Yeah.
And when you go and you trade for Beal, that's the team saying, all right, we want to win now. And when you make that move and you're telling your franchise player to change his play style to fit someone else, That's not a winning mentality.
No.
That's not a winning process. So
I think they would have been better to go out and get.
no one. They didn't have to get anyone. If they just didn't trade for Bradley Beal,
No, but if they went to trade with somebody, that would have been better to go and get like a Marcus Smart when we gave him away, when Boston gave him away. Because that was similar times, but that would have been a better move, I think, because then you get defected.
but I also don't think they needed him because they
didn't need it.
They traded for Tyus Jones, who's
But what I'm saying is,
better than Smart.
if they were going to do that trade, right, no, gonna get Bradley Beal,
Right.
and they said, nah, we got our hearts set, we're doing the trade. Even though on paper Marcus Smart's not as good as Bradley Beal, for the makeup of the team, a player like him would have been a much better option, even if he's worse on paper. Because then you get the defense, like a defense playmaker. That type of role would be better.
I still think they would have just been better off.
Like a Drew Holiday.
Absolutely. Yeah, they would never be accurate.
No, but like that type of player. Instead, they go out and get another scorer, which is not a team thing. It's an individual thing.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. I just think that, if they had never traded for him in the first place, they would be in a much better spot.
Yep.
Moving on, the Kings. They're kind of just there at this
I
point.
think they could slip down to 10th as well.
I think it depends
Off them.
It depends how they play, right? Like they're very, I don't know, they're a weird team to watch because they have plenty of options,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I think when you trade De'Aaron Fox mid-season, it was a little bit out of the blue.
Yeah, and it's not like they trade in for someone that they thought would have really done a much better job. Like you watched what happened to DeMar Levine in Chicago.
Yeah.
You saw it. It was like a playing team, which is what they are right now.
Yeah.
So that's what you went to trade. You didn't really trade up.
No, they kind of just traded, but they stayed where they were. They didn't really.
They kind of they stay where they were, but I would say they traded down because he's older. Like if you make a trade and you stay the exact same, but you just acquired a guy who's on the other side of his career, over the hump.
Oh, he's not over the hump.
No, but he's older in comparison. It's like, well, I think that's a slight trade down.
I just think it was a very linear move. Like they didn't get better, they didn't get worse. They're trying to stay as is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um,
So they're kind of boring. Clippers, I don't think they're going to do much either.
See, here's where I'll disagree with you.
I
Okay.
don't think they're doing much.
I think the Clippers could get out of the play-in.
Yeah.
They're a game back. I could see them going up to like 6, where the Warriors are at the moment.
No.
They've been playing really well.
See, I think the Timberwolves and the Warriors are in such good form. They've sustained it over such a period of time. I don't see them just dropping back. I think they're kind of running into it. And, like, that means they would have to beat out the Timberwolves and the Warriors, right? I just see them betting one of them out, but not both.
But they're both the same. They're both 17 games behind. If the Clippers win a game and both of them lose, then the Clippers go up to 6. Like, it's that quick.
Yeah.
I could see them jumping up to 6. And like they've won 3 in a row. They've been playing really well. So have the Timberwolves. So have the...
That's what I'm saying, but like they're all playing so well. I think if I looked at the teams and I said, okay, and I said, Aiden, who are you taking in a series out of those 3 teams? You're taking the Clippers last out of those 3 teams. That's what I mean by I don't see them doing much, because those teams seem like teams that could do something. So even if the Clippers get into the playoffs, they're a first round exit. And I think the other teams
on matchup.
might be a first round exit, but I could also see the other 2 going to the second round.
I think it's very 50-50.
No, I don't
It's
think.
very
I
50.
think they're not gonna.
I'll be honest. I think the Timberwolves are the best of the 3. I don't think the Warriors and the Clippers are that much different.
I think the Warriors are a bit better.
I don't think that.
Just from my eye test, from watching them. I would say the Warriors are a bit better.
Okay.
That's just how I look at it.
Okay. No, that's fine. Like,
Yeah, great disagree there. And then I have the Grizzlies in there more just to show that it's pretty close.
See, I think the Grizzlies are.
Oh, they're clear.
They're going to be top 4.
But the reason I put him in there was to show like even the Rockets aren't that far away. That's how close this West is to the Warriors and Timberwolves. It's really close. And
It's pretty close.
like I think the Grizzlies are through. I didn't actually write anything about the Grizzlies. I just put them there.
Okay.
Just to kind of show this is how close they are.
Okay. So I thought you wrote them. No, you were going to make a statement that they were going to drop.
No. I've wrote them in there to have, this is where they're at. This is how far the other teams are in comparison to how far away the East.
So fair. Okay. Well, that makes more sense. I was waiting for you to say something crazy about them. But
No, I think they're playing pretty well.
as long as you have them in that top 5.
Yeah, I have a good top five.
Okay. I think that's everything we had on the agenda.
That is everything for this week. So this week we've spoken a lot about the NBA.
Yeah.
Spoke about the playing picture,
The
awards, the AD situation, how that's looking to shape up. We've also spoken on the Fight Night card that is coming up this Sunday. That would be March 23rd, maybe the date.
Yeah.
So that was our segments for this week in that order as well. So if you're looking to jump on and you wanted to go straight to the UFC, I'd hit around that 50-minute mark, that 45 to 50-minute mark. That's about when it started. Yes, that ends podcast number 3 for us with the Off the Bench podcast. We hope you enjoyed the listen and you come back for more. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, but also our YouTube channel where you can watch the podcast if you would like.
And for those asking, Apple Podcasts is coming very soon, where we will go and upload all previous episodes as well, starting from episode 1. It just takes a little bit longer for that to get started, but it is coming soon for those of you that have been asking me. Follow our socials, follow Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, at
Bench
the Bench Podcast.
If the Bench Pod, you might have to look up as well.
Yeah. If there's anything that you guys want to see, leave it in the comments. Let us know. We always, love more feedback.
Yeah, we love the feedback. We'd love to hear from you guys to see what else we should put in.
Yep.
There is an MMA and fighting styles tier list coming. We did see that comments.
Yeah.
We just had a lot more notice this week.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on in the NBA. But we did see that comment, so it is coming. There will be some kind of UFC tier list coming soon.
Yes. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys